Kia ora koutou, and just, I guess, as a way of introduction too, in terms of, you might be wondering why PanPac's a sponsor of the Hawke's Bay Future Farming Trust, but we take a long-term perspective, and sustainable land use is a critical part of that, and innovation and investment, and working alongside our communities is a key part of what we do. So a wee bit left field this presentation. We're just going to run a short video, so if I could just click on to that, and hopefully it's going to go. My man upstairs.
Tēnā koutou e te motu. For 50 years, PanPac Forest Products has been growing and processing quality radiata wood products. Our products are exported to over 30 countries, as well as right here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. We employ around 430 staff and 400 contractors at our Whirinaki site, making us one of the largest privately owned businesses in Hawke's Bay. We also employ over 35 staff at our lumber mill in Millburn, Otago. We are the largest integrated forest products company in New Zealand. Our aim is to become the biggest of our kind in Australasia. We are committed to achieving this growth sustainably. In 2022, we released our first sustainability report, outlining our current sustainability performance and future goals. For us, real growth is not just measured in trees and dollars. It is measured by how we have protected and enhanced our environment, how we have enriched our community and cared for people along the way. Sustainability is about investing in our people, enhancing their well-being and providing high-quality employment opportunities and work-life balance. It is protecting our environment, minimising our impact by generating steam power on site by burning wood waste and community green waste, and caring for the native reserves and cultural sites in our forests. It is treating our wastewater using state-of-the-art biological treatment processes, ensuring the water we discharge does not harm our marine environment. It is supporting the groups doing the great things in our community, such as the Hawke's Bay Rescue Helicopter Trust, EcoEd Kiwi Conservation, Tangata Whenua, and other recipients of the PanPac Environmental Trust. Sustainability is adding value to our natural resources before we export them overseas, creating employment and economic benefit for Hawke's Bay. On February 14, 2023, sustainability took on a new dimension when our region was devastated by Cyclone Gabrielle. Our Whirinaki site was inundated with up to 2 metres of water and silt when the Esk River burst its banks. Thankfully, none of our workers were hurt during the flood, and our small crew remaining on site made it out safely.
It's hard to describe unless you've seen the photos. It was about 400 to 500 metres wide. It was just masses of logs and wood and debris and silt.
They gave me a call to say, can you please come in any way you can with a boat to come over and get us off site, and I had no idea how deep it was.
It was unbelievable, really. You know, there was so much mud, so much water. It was just a completely different place to what you're used to coming to.
And it was covered, everything in this place was covered with it. Coming onto site after the 14th of February was truly just, it was overwhelming, the amount of devastation.
Our plant and some of our forest estate were severely impacted, and we were facing a massive cleanup and lengthy recovery time. Despite the enormity and cost of the task ahead, the decision by our shareholder OG to rebuild came quickly. The PanPac executive team developed a 4-step plan to recovery, named Project Phoenix, that would see the site start to become operational late 2023.
Yes, after seeing how bad the floods were, none of us really knew what was really going to happen.
It was a big relief for me, and I'm sure for everyone else around you. What are you going to do if you lose your job? It's a positive thing, because it's going to help our people in the community and our families get back to something like we've been used to in the past, but better.
In the aftermath of Cyclone Gabrielle, we worked with our contractors to coordinate the cleanup of badly affected areas, like Dartmoor, Esk Valley, and Tangoio. This work primarily consists of cleaning silt and woody debris, repairing culverts and fences, and restoring access roads. Cyclone Gabrielle's impact on our region was profound, and the loss of life was heartbreaking. But there is resilience in the Wairoa of Hawke's Bay, and together we will recover. PanPac is proud to have called Hawke's Bay home for the last 50 years, and we look forward to growing alongside this great region for many years to come. Nō reira, toitu te whenua. Whakonaroraro te tangata, ngā mihi nui, kia a koutou. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.
Yeah, so I've been through some pretty difficult times. I just want to move forward from there. We're really fortunate in terms of our shareholder support and the support that we've had from our staff and community and people in Hawke's Bay. What I can report is our recovery is progressing well. We were able to get our forest operations restarted from February to June. Our chip mill restarted in October, an important part of really keeping part of the forestry sector operating in Hawke's Bay. Our sawmill hopefully will start in November and it will take us through to March to get it in fully functional. And then our pulp mill will restart in February, so that's going to be a 12-month period without that in operation. During that process, we've managed to keep all our staff employed and many of our contractors engaged and working throughout that process. Total economic impact will be close to $300 million when we're finished. Just a wee bit about our estate. We do have 36,000 hectares across the region. Most of it's second or third rotation. It's 80% owned by iwi. And I guess our objective is to grow high quality prune radiata tree crops sustainably over the long term that can be processed by a sawmill and a pulp mill. We do keep a sort of 60-year horizon, and in a number of presentations I've sort of heard the word intergenerational perspective. And very much our shareholder, they're celebrating their 150th year last year, and we're celebrating our 50th year this year. But we do take that longer term view in terms of where our wood will come from in the longer term. And we do need wood. Our own resource only provides 40% of our demand requirements from our sawmill and pulp mill. Just a bit of information, I guess, around Cyclone Gabriel was tough on our forests. We had damage across about 4.5% of our estate, which is around 1,600 hectares. 2.7% of that was in slips, 1.7% in wind throw, and 20 hectares of silt damage. Interestingly enough, most of the damage occurred in our mid-rotation age class, sort of in the 8 to sort of 12 to 18 years. Most of it's second rotation, recognising that most of our forests have been harvested once and have been harvested and re-established for the second or third time. Around $30 million worth of crop loss and a huge roading recovery program. Just a few photos there though, just many parts of Hawke's Bay fared worse than us, and losses of pasture, soils, fences, tracks and roads. And I guess just a bit of a segue from Michael around some of the challenges we have in our Hawke's Bay Hill Country. I've been involved sort of between Gisborne and Hawke's Bay for the past 40 years, and we've got a large challenge there that we need to be really focused on and working together to resolve. Just forests are critical to building greater resilience in Hawke's Bay communities and across our whenua. We talk about economic, social, cultural and environmental sort of areas where we can have an effect, and I won't go through the detail of those, but certainly in terms of jobs, investment, renewable resources, improving our native flora and fauna, expanding our biodiversity, which I take the point around soil biodiversity, micro biodiversity, across social and cultural areas, and very much sort of engaged with our iwi partners. So, what does this have to do with healthy soils and healthy profits? We strongly believe we're all part of the solution to restoring the mighty whenua of Hawke's Bay. Growing a sustainable future together will only be achieved by working collaboratively and respectfully together, and leveraging the strengths we all bring to the table. And, we're particularly excited about the Land for Life program that the Hawke's Bay Regional Council are driving, and we're particularly excited about being able to participate in that and work with farmers and be part of growing commercial tree crops on parts of their farm that they see appropriate. If we have healthy soils and healthy water, we'll have healthy crops, stock, communities and profits, and forests play an important role in that. Thank you.